Hey everyone, happy Tuesday. I wanted to come in and do a training video for you guys. I've been thinking a lot and trying to pinpoint what it is that I do on a daily basis and what it is that I can attest my success to. I went gold last month and I've been in Plexus for 10 months, and through my journey, I believe I've learned a lot. And I believe that um, God made it take 10 months for me for a reason, because there's a lot of growth that had to happen in me. And I wanted to share with you guys some of the things that I've learned along the way. I've watched countless videos through my journey of our jewels and uplines, top 10 tips, top 3 tips, all these different things. And I believe that I've integrated them all in my journey, and through every video I've watched, I've learned. And I have been able to narrow down my top 10 tips that I can attest my personal success to. And I wanted to share that with you guys in hopes that maybe you guys can take a few tips from it and learn from my experiences as well. So the first one is called Law of the Lid. And if you haven't heard of John C. Maxwell, Google him and learn about him and from him. He has a great book called The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. If you haven't read this, I highly, highly suggest that you do. But one of the lines that he said, it really caught my attention. And the law of the lid basically is, this is what he says: leadership ability is the lid that determines a person's level of effectiveness. The higher you want to climb, the more you need leadership. The greater the impact you want to make, the greater your influence needs to be. So all in all, leadership is key. Invest in yourself. Think about the long term. I know that some of us don't have that extra $15 or $30 to invest in every month. If you can squeeze in that extra money, invest in yourself. Get some books. If you can't get books or you don't like to read, get audiobooks. Listen to them. Even mini books are read for free on YouTube. Look it up. Look at the resources available to you. And begin seeing yourself as a leader now. Whether you don't have anyone under you yet, maybe you have one person, maybe you have 15 people. Regardless, you are a leader. And if you want to get anywhere in this business and you really want to help your team, you need to see yourself as a leader. And that was something that it took me too long to do. So learn from, sorry, my son is right here. It's nap time. So learn from my mistakes and begin seeing yourself as a leader now. You are leading people. They are depending on you, and their success is your success. Number 2 is have a game plan. Map it out. Write down your 30-day goal, your 60-day goal, and your 90-day goal. Again, it took me too long to have this mindset, and as soon as I started doing this, I saw a huge turnaround in my business. We think that dreaming for silver or dreaming for gold and senior gold is something that is like, oh, it's this unicorn in the sky. Until you write it down, and you'll really begin to see what steps you need to take in order to get there, and you'll see that it's attainable. One thing that I love to do is I write out my goals every single month, and if I need 20 new ambassadors for the month, then I write down 1 to 20. And every time there's a new ambassador that's joined in my team, I get to fill in their name on those slots. And that feels really good. That right there shows you that what you're doing is working. Track your progress. Give yourself attainable goals. We enter this thinking, oh, I want to be able to quit my job someday. That's fantastic, and this is the business that you can do it in. However, there are lots of goals that you need to reach before you reach that one goal. So set attainable goals, 30, 60, 90-day goals, and map them out, write them down. And if you don't know how to map it out, get with me, get with your upline. We would be so happy to teach you how to do it. I have pictures of You be careful. You be careful. I have pictures, I continue pictures of how I do it for my monthly goals. Super simple, but it's really, really helped me. I'm a visual learner, and so that's something that I'll never turn back on now. Number 3 is, if what you're doing isn't working, then look yourself in the mirror and reevaluate what it is that you're doing. And if you need a third person's perspective on it, if you can't see it, you're really stuck, get with your upline. If your upline isn't active, get with the next person above you. Don't be afraid to change things up. This journey is a lot about personal growth as well, and none of us are perfect. So Lord knows I'm changing things constantly because a lot of what I do doesn't really work. But it's important to see yourself, or not be afraid to really see yourself and evaluate where you're standing. Take charge of your business. If something isn't working, change it up. Again, if you don't see it, then ask your upline to evaluate what it is. Why are you not adding people? Why are you not making sales? Why are people not liking your statuses, or why are they not responding to you? Any of that. We can help you with it. Number 4 is consistency. Never stop. Quit quitting now. Oh, I heard that. Draw your line in the sand and make the decision right now that this is what is going to take you where you want to go. You can't keep going in and out of it. Consistency builds trust, and you're building your brand in this. If you post about Plexus for 1 month straight and then you stop for a month and decide you want to come back in, people aren't going to believe the products work. They're not going to believe that you're passionate about it. So consistency, not only for yourself in taking the products, but for in what image you're putting out to other people as well. People are watching, and if you miss a week of posting, your credibility goes to dump. Trust me in that. Number 5 is kick your fear out. This business is scary. What we do can be very intimidating, and it's not for everyone, and that's okay. But if you're in it and you know that you can do this, which if you said yes and you're watching this video, then deep down you know you can do this and you want it. So kick your fear to the side. I guarantee I was terrified to start posting. I was terrified to do my videos. I was terrified to start reaching out. I was terrified for every single step that took me to where I am today. But I wouldn't be where I am today if I didn't kick it to the curb, if I didn't overlook it. 2 Timothy 1:7 says, "For the Lord did not give us a spirit of fear and timidity, but of power, love, and discipline." So the fear that you're feeling is not of the Lord, and it's something that's trying to distract you. You'll never get where you want to go if you let fear stop you. And I don't think that you're someone that wants to let fear be the reason you don't pursue your dreams. Number 6 is determine your why and share it. Your why is so important. I heard one of the diamonds say, forget who, she said, if your why makes you cry, then you have no choice but to make it. And that's so true. Dig deep down, first of all, and really figure out why it is that you're doing this. If you want financial freedom, if you need freedom from your health issues, or you want to be a stay-at-home mama, or you want to pay off debt, determine that why and stick with it. Your why will evolve, and that's good. But your why is going to be what pushes you through those tough days. I'm the first to admit, some days I don't want to post. Sometimes I feel so beat down that I don't want to keep going. But you think about your why. Remember why you got into this business. Remember why you want this, and that's going to be what pushes you over. Number 7 is IPA, income producing activity. You need to be filling your days and your time with IPAs. Scrolling through Facebook is not income producing. Sorry, I think you fell. You're okay. Income producing activities is something that is going to bring money into your wallet or into your account. And so that is going to be reaching out to people, posting on Facebook, talking to people in person about Plexus, training your team. Those are all income producing activities. I have suggested for my level ones that they write down 3 IPAs, and at the end of the day, they have that tally and they know that they need to do 1, 2, and 3 before they can go to bed. Fill your time with that. If you're like me, when I started this business, I was working full time, and I didn't have spare time. I have a daughter. Good thing he won't remember that. I have a son, and I'm a wife. I run a household, and I was working full time. I didn't have time to spare. So filling my time, what little time I did have with IPAs, makes all the difference. Number 8 is going to be smart Facebook / social media utilization. Be wise with this incredible tool that we have. We can reach hundreds and thousands of people from our laptops, from our smartphones. Be wise with it. It is a free, ridiculous tool. Mix up your Facebook posting. If you are always talking about the products and you're wondering why nobody wants to join the business, have you been posting about the business? Have you been sharing about how the business has been a blessing to yourself and to others? If you haven't, then how are they going to know about the perks of the business? If you're only vice versa, if you're only sharing about the business, well, then how can you expect people to want to buy into the products? Do they know if they really work? I recommend doing half posts about business, half posts about products. People don't know what you don't tell them, so you got to share it. Post 2 to 3 times a day. In those posts, mix it up with personal and Plexus. Plexus is not your life. You are still Sammy. You're still Joe. You're not Plexus. Your life is just enhanced and your life is better because of Plexus. But your family and your friends follow you because they love you. So don't stop being you. Just integrate Plexus into you. Add friends. Join Facebook groups, mommy groups, workout groups, DIY groups, crunchy mom groups, whatever. Make friends, add them, and bring Plexus into your conversations. Number 9 is learn as you go. Don't stop, take action. Learn as you go and you'll see your business grow. Now, this is not an excuse to, what I'm saying is don't wait till you know everything before you start. If you wait for that moment, you're never going to start. I still don't know everything. And I've been in this for 10 months. I'm still learning every single day. And just imagine if I would have waited, I would have never started. I'd never be home today. So it's not that being said, it's not an excuse for not learning because you need to learn. You learn as you go. Fill as much of your time as you can with filling yourself. Watch videos on your way home from work. That's what I used to do, or I would listen. Sorry, correction. I'm a safe driver. Listen to videos on your way home from work. I would put it on speakerphone. Now I listen to stuff when I'm making dinner. I listen to stuff when I'm washing dishes. If I need to walk around and do laundry, I put my headphones in my phone and I listen. It doesn't require us to just be sitting here like this. You don't need to see me. So stop making excuses and take action. Start now and learn as you go. I can't stress that enough. Guaranteed at the beginning, the first things that I learned were probably because from me reaching out to people and talking to people, them asking me a question via Facebook Messenger, me being like, oh crap, I don't know, going and finding the answer and then going back to them and telling them. Then you know. But that's how you learn. I'm a hands-on learner, and that's the best way to go. Don't wait. Start now and learn as you go. Number 10. It's definitely not the least, but follow up. Follow up, follow up, follow up. The fortune really is in the follow up. It takes on an average of 7 to 12 touches, which is basically a follow up, before you make a sale or a deal. Now that's on average for just as many people that it takes a lot of courting through the process. There's a lot of people that are ready right on time when you approach them as well. So don't get discouraged by that. But patience is very key. It is very important in this. And like for myself, for an example, Nicole, it took me 2 months before I decided to join. I saw her Facebook posts and we started talking. She sent me a sample. I tasted it and still it took me 2 months. She didn't know that in those 2 months I was doing my own research. I was doing my own praying. I was going through my own journey. But she was patient and she was ready for me when I was ready to join. We all have our own journeys. We all have our own timing. And you can't get discouraged and you can't get upset or frustrated when you approach someone and it isn't their timing yet. That's okay. But just because it's not their timing, then that doesn't mean that their timing won't be next week or in 2 months. Follow up. Even when you get a customer, stay close with them. Make sure they're happy with their products. They've invested into this. They want it. Troubleshoot if they run into anything. I try to follow up with my customers once a week. You want to keep them happy. And often people that fall in love with the products end up being pretty awesome ambassadors. So keep that in mind as well. So that's my top 10. I hope I wasn't all over the place for you guys. But they're not in order either. It's just me trying to figure this out. I've been trying to really look into this and think about this the past couple of weeks, and I finally put it together for you. I'm sorry it's so long. I'm trying to do these training videos, though, instead of Zoom chats for as long as I can, because I know that we all have our own timing and our own things to our own schedules, basically. So I'm trying to respect that. Again, I hope that this was useful to you. If you have any questions or you need help, I'm here. I would love to talk with you and help to train you. I hope you guys are all having a great evening.